Welcome back. Goa Football Association General Body has approved the amendments to the new constitution and has also made necessary changes to the rules governing inter-village tournaments. The association held its AGM and the extraordinary meeting on Sunday.
This was the first annual general body meeting under the presidentship of Srinivas Tempo and the new constitution. Over 110 member club representatives were present for the meeting, which lasted for over 4 hours. Dempo briefed the media about the main discussion points from the extraordinary general meeting.
There were a lot of deliberations. The amended constitution has been approved with some minor modifications. And the inter-village rules, there were various opinions expressed. It took a fairly long amount of time. The main concerns of the member clubs has been, players playing for different clubs in different regions. And finally, what has been decided is a cluster approach, where GFA has defined what clusters and from which clusters you could play. And within the clusters, players are allowed to transfer, of course, subject to other regulations of GFA as in terms of transfer certificate and production of certain documentation. So this has been finally approved by the general body. And the village rules, inter-village rules also been adopted, subject to this change in saying that it will be now designated cluster-wise and players will be able to play only within those clusters. The normal concern of clubs also has been the rising number of club registrations. And clubs generally feel that GFA should discourage registration of new clubs as far as possible. Typically what happens is in one village there are so many clubs and in certain other village there are no clubs. And he says that creates a problem, it's a financial burden for them and there are only so many players within that village. So it creates a sort of anomaly that, based on their financial strength then they decide. So GFA has appreciated the concerns of the members and we said as a matter of general principle and policy, we will not sort of encourage more and more clubs to register in that region where there are already a fair amount of clubs prevalent and good work is being done in the area of football.
Sports Authority of Goa's Executive Director V.M. Prabhu praised the commitment levels of Dempo and also pledged more help in promotion of football in the state.
We want the GFA also to have their own coaches and they do have at present, but increase again that number so that the SEG and the GFA coaches would be able to cover all the 11 talukas. As per the general body and the EGM, what we have pursued is there has been little imbalance. In certain talukas there has been less football played. So the general body has also expressed its concern that there couldn't be any imbalance and football is required to be promoted and nurtured in Kanagona, Bicholi, Sattari, Sange, Kepe, etc. So the GFA and SEG would also like to provide attention to these neglected areas, so-called neglected areas, so that talent which is already existing there, natural talent or natural potential could be also looked after. So all in all, then the SEG has come out with a scheme under the Scheduled Tribe sub-plan, the ST sub-plan we call it, at the government level, wherein the Sports Authority of Goa would keep aside 30 lakhs of rupees for football developmental programs for the current year, 2011-12.
With regard to the project of Bandodkar Stadium rebuilding, Prabhu Desai put the onus on the GFA.
I would request the GFA president also to maybe make another initiative to see that the file is reopened and things take a concrete step.
Our sports editor Neeraj Prabhu with video journalist Shan from Panji.
Dams, rivers and waterfalls are an attraction in the monsoons. They wear altogether a completely different look. Today in our video of the day, we have a Salaulim Dam. This monsoon, the dam has reached a danger level 15 days in advance, unlike every other year. And with this, we come to an end of this bulletin. Keep watching Prudent Media.